Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, aka Mazuma TV, back at y'all with some more boxing talk, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive night. I hope you had a great day overall, man. I'm back at y'all with some more boxing talk. We're going to be speaking about Xander Zayas wanting the Jaron Ennis fight now and how he's pushing for this fight behind the scenes. And what does he see in Jaron Ennis that we don't? We definitely going to be speaking about that. We're going to be getting into some open boxing topics as well. I got on here extremely late because I got home extremely late. I was celebrating my best friend's birthday. You know what I mean? We went out, did a little bit of top golf and all that. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm back here and I'm chopping it up with y'all. But I didn't want to, call it a night without chopping it up with the nation. You feel what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody that's in the building thus far. Y'all could go ahead and hit the like button on the way in. That'd be very much appreciated. We on the road to 4K. We well into the 3,400 mark, looking to crack that 3,500 mark in due time. Shout out to the nation and the mob for making this possible. I already see a few comments in the building. My boy Coffee Plant said, thought you wasn't coming on. I was thinking about not coming on. I ain't gonna lie, because I got home so late. I literally just got in like 10 minutes ago. But nah, fuck it, man. We gonna keep this show on the road. You feel what I'm saying? Yasir Ali, what up? What's going on? Chris Maldonado, what up? That's my high school brother right there. What's going on? Coffee Plant said, Mark, you look swole. Nah, definitely ain't swole, brother. Nah, I ain't got nothing going on. I never had biceps. Even when I was in shape, I ain't never had no crazy biceps. But no, I'm definitely I got some good weight on me though. That's for sure. I'm at a real good weight right now. What's going on? How we feeling, man? Talk to me. How we feeling today? How we feeling today? I usually have a t-shirt on, but I did some young bullshit. Spilled some barbecue sauce on my shirt. Super bad, John. Super bad, John. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens when you order them chicken tenders and fries. You know what I'm saying? When you do young bullshit, you do young bullshit. Young bullshit happens. My boy Justin Jackson in the building. What up? What's going on? Boxing definitely dry coffee. That's a fact. So we just gotta, you know what I mean, I've learned how to maneuver through this shit by now, man. We just gotta figure out some interesting topics, you know what I mean, and just go from there. You know what I mean? That's how it is sometimes, man. I seen that girl Jocelyn Camarillo's opponent is like in the intensive care unit right now, and she's in a medically induced coma. Man, prayers go out to her. Let me actually get her name right for you. I think her name is Isis Co. Um, Prayers go out to her, man. I was really questioning the matchmaking in the lead up to you know Isis Co. I'm sorry, I think I said her name wrong, but I didn't really understand the matchmaking. I didn't understand the matchmaking for that fight because I believe Jocelyn Camarillo was like 5-0, and then the girl was like 1-2. I was like, why would y'all even match that up? Like, then especially like it's pro box. Y'all known for doing like competitive fights. Y'all knew from a record standpoint that it wasn't competitive. So why even do that? Was y'all just trying to get a girl a layup, trying to give her a tune up, a stay busy fight? And the way that that girl was reacting to the punches she was getting hit with, it just wasn't a good look. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully she pulls through and everything is all right with her. 19 years old too, so that's a heartbreaker. That's a baby, man. She's a baby. So I really hope everything works out in her favor, and we're not coming back with any unfortunate news uh soon. In the future. Hopefully we don't have no unfortunate news to get to the people. You said I hope ProBox paying for her medical for her medicals. Yeah, definitely. The state athletic commission, usually ensures that, from what I understand. But I think it's only to a certain limit. So I believe that's the case. I'm not too sure though, but the boxing community will come. I have faith that if it was a situation where it's a shit ton of medicals and shit like that, I feel like the boxing community will come together to help her out with that. But let's just hope that she makes it, because a lot of the times when people go into medically induced comas, unfortunately, they don't wake up. Not trying to be, blunt or insensitive, but that's what happens a lot of the time. You know what I mean? But shout out to everybody else that's in the building. I see Malachi Thomas. What up? Big Soldier MX says Zayas punk faking. I think you meant to say punk faking. Defense matters. Yeah, I mean it does, but you know what I'm saying? What it looked like to me is that because I heard she hadn't gotten knocked out like in January or something, and then they just brought her right back in the ring. So maybe she had a pre-existing injury that she didn't know of or nobody else knew of, and they got exposed in that fight. Yeah, man, it's a messed up situation. What kills me more than anything is that she's 19 years old. Bro. It's a little girl. Like nobody deserves to be in that situation, but to me, it's just a little bit different when it's a young teenage girl. You feel me? And I'm sure the girl Jocelyn Camarillo, she didn't want to experience that neither. She just wanted to get her victory and go home to her family. You know what I'm saying? So it's unfortunate all around the board. This nigga Slime said, hit the like or I'll drop kick Mark. Your fat ass ain't doing nothing that requires any type of athleticism. Southwest Dice, what up? What's going on? What's going on? Shout out to the nation, for sure, for sure. 88 Sports Talk said, belt the ass alert for Xander. Damn. Shit. So let's get into it, man, because I had put out a video earlier today just speaking about the situation. If you haven't checked out the video, please hit the like, y'all. Hit the like on that video. Let's get the algorithm on the up for that video. So, you know what I mean? We can continue building this channel. Let me see where we at with it. Oh, yeah, we got some good viewership. Oh, no, we got some good viewership on that video. Salute. I love it. That lets you know that this fight is something that a lot of people want to see. You know what I mean? Not bad, not bad. So continue hitting the like on that video, man. Let's get the viewership on the up. So, according to Chris Mannix, somebody who, you know, is getting a lot of, you know, information behind the scenes, you know, what was at one time preliminary talks between Xander Zayas and Jaron Ennis is now becoming advanced talks. So it seems like, you know, they're seeing eye to eye on a lot of things. You know, Top Rank signing with the Zone and Matchroom being with the Zone definitely helps a whole lot. We don't have to do no crossover networks or anything like that. You know, they're all in the same place. So that's one thing that, you know, could be taken care of quite easily. And with the Zone, you know, really pushing to get these big fights, you know, they're helping these negotiations, you know, get through pretty smoothly, in my opinion. But Chris Mannix is out here saying that, you know, you know, they're very optimistic on both sides that they can make this fight happen. Not only that, but Xander Zayas is the one that's leading the way in terms of pushing for this fight. Not only that, but he is directing his team to make this fight happen. This is the fight that he wants now. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. I never thought that Xander Zayas never showed me that he was a coward. Never. I never seen him, you know, duck anybody. I did hear like Jahi, what's his name? Jahi Tucker calling out Xander and shit like that. But to be fair, they was at two totally different points in their career. So it didn't really make sense for Xander to look backwards when he was fighting like former world champions like Patrick Teixeira at the time and things of that nature, fighting undefeated contenders like Slava Spalmer. Like he was just on a different type of time. And to be real, you know, Jahi Tucker never really got to the point that Xander did. They was just on two totally different trajectories of their career. But besides that, Xander Zayas ain't never really shown me no hole in his blood. That's just me. It seemed like that kid really believes in himself. He's trusting the process. He believes in his team. And Xander Zayas has been getting better lately with his performances. You know what I'm saying? He's been getting better with his performances, and I could tell that based off of those performances that he's been having, that he's gaining confidence as well. Xander Zayas at one point in time wasn't somebody who ever called anybody out or ever was vocal about fighting anybody. He was just taking whatever fights was given to him. But now he's being vocal. You know what I mean? I think it all started with the Virgil Ortiz situation. That's when we started to see Xander express himself a little bit more. He started to feel like he was ready for the championship level. You know, the whole Virgil Ortiz situation that happened prior to Xander being world champion, and that fell through for whatever reason. And then, you know, then he was actively pursuing Sebastian Fundora. Sebastian Fundora and his team weren't optimistic about facing Xander at all. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie, that Gabriella like inserting herself in that situation, like, oh, there's no need for her face off and shit like that. It's like, bitch, you fucking little goofy little ugly bitch. Mind your business. You feel what I'm saying? That was the type of time that I was on. Like, bitch, just stay in your fucking place when two men are talking. But you know, it is what it is. Sebastian Fundora gave his belt up for Xander Zayas to go ahead and fight for it against a dangerous guy and Jorge Garcia Perez, who had an upset victory over Charles Conwell. And Charles Conwell at one point in time was looked at as a very dangerous, opponent in the junior middleweight division. You see what I'm saying? So Xander Zayas beats him, and you thinking that Xander Zayas is gonna, fight somebody like Giovanni Santillan and things of that nature, but he disregards Giovanni Santillan as he should have. And then he goes on to face another champion in his division in Abbas Barao, who beat the dog shit out of Yoenis Tellez, who was an upcoming, contender 154-pound division as well. So Xander Zayas goes ahead and he fights him. I think Xander had a lot of confidence in himself and the previous sparring sessions that they had both had. And he goes ahead and he beats Abbas Barao, who's dangerous in his own right. I think Abbas Barao could come back and get some, solid wins in the division. I don't know if he'll ever become world champion again, but he could definitely be a sturdy opponent at 154. Like, I would like to see Abbas Barao fight the likes of like an Israel Madrimov, Brandon Adams. Like, I think those are all quality fights. Even if he fights a Serhii Boachuk, those are all quality fights. You know what I'm saying? Ghost 787 literally says Santillan don't add anything to my career. And he's 150% correct. That did nothing for him. And to be honest with you, Santillan don't deserve no fucking title shot. I haven't seen him do anything significant since losing to Brian Norman at 147 pounds. What the fuck does he deserve a 154-pound title shot for? You see what I'm saying? So then we go on. A Singh said, I'm dead, pounding here. What do you mean pounding here? What do you mean? Abbas versus Virgil is a good fight. That's a quality fight as well. I wouldn't be surprised if Virgil took that fight, to be honest with you. Stylistically, that's a fight that Virgil would like to go up against, in my opinion. But anyways, to continue on with, what's going on, Xander Zayas becomes a unified champion in 2 fights at 154 pounds. You see what I mean? So he's on a great, he's on a great road right now. Like he's doing a lot of good shit at 154 pounds, and he's literally slowly but surely becoming the man. If not, he's already the man of the division just based off of him having the most titles in the division. You know what I mean? If you got 2 titles, and the other 2 titles are split between 2 different men, you literally stand out from the bunch because you have the majority, or at least half of the major world titles in the division. So Xander Zayas, what I respect about Xander Zayas in this situation is that Xander Zayas could easily flex his unified champion position and, act like motherfuckers is below him. You know who did that? Keith Thurman. When Keith Thurman became unified at 147 pounds after beating Danny Garcia, he was telling guys like, Terrence Crawford that they need to go get a belt. And they, this is like his division and shit like that. He flexed on Terrence Crawford. He flexed on Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? Like he made it seem like those, fighting those guys were beneath him. And when those tables turned, you know what I mean? He pretty much, fucked himself over. He in my opinion, I think Keith Thurman ruined his opportunities based off of the way he approached some guys when he was champion. But Xander Zayas is letting it be known that he really feels like this is his division. Now, this fight isn't solidified yet. But Xander, willing to or instructing his team to go specifically for this fight, you got to get this dude some respect for, taking that chance. You know what I mean? You got to respect him for even wanting to be involved with this fight. Keith with that duck talk, absolutely. But Keith got himself another opportunity. Mr. Big Play Bray says, do you think Keith has a chance Saturday? I think he does. I genuinely think he does. I seen that Danny Garcia picked Keith Thurman to win by upset stoppage. Now, Keith Thurman has the ability to win, and I'm going to tell you why. He's experienced at a championship level, right? It wasn't at 154, but regardless, he has that championship level experience. 2, he has good mobility. He knows how to use his feet, and that can make him a hard target to hit with somebody like Sebastian Fundora, who doesn't have the best, footwork himself. Keith Thurman has respectable power, and Sebastian Fundora is there to be hit. He's not the most elusive guy. He's actually not elusive at all. He gets hit by just about everybody he fights. And Keith Thurman got some sneaky counters. He got some decent hand speed. You know what I mean? And I think that if he catches Fundora with the right thing, I think a lot of things are going to have to be clicking simultaneously for him to have a lot of success against Fundora or even possibly beat him. But he does have a puncher's chance. We've seen Fundora go out before. We've seen his light go out before. You see what I'm saying? So it's not far-fetched that Keith Thurman could clip him. You know what I'm saying? I think Keith Thurman's going to be mixing up a little bit of everything. I think he's going to be using his explosiveness, especially like when he closes that gap against Fundora, he's going to let off some big shots. I think that when Fundora tries to push the pace and be aggressive, I can see Keith Thurman being on his bicycle. I can see Keith Thurman, boxing and moving. I can see him, trying to run Fundora into some counters. I can see a little bit of everything from Keith. But one thing I'm noticing is that Keith is when he's hitting that bag and when he's hitting the mitts and shit like that, he's really loading up on his punches. So I expect Keith Thurman to try to get Sebastian Fundora's respect early. Like, I really see that. So Nostalgic said, did you predict Thurman versus Fundora on your channel? Not yet. But I do think that it's a possibility that Keith Thurman could beat Fundora. I don't think it's far-fetched. But I also think it's a possibility that Fundora may beat the shit out of Keith Thurman just based off of the fact that Keith Thurman is up there in age. He's extremely inactive. He's not a true 154-pound champion, and he's injury-prone. So who's to say that Keith Thurman doesn't have an injury right now that he's dealing with? It could be a lot of things. Fundora may get dropped. I believe that as well. I wouldn't be surprised if Fundora got dropped early in the fight. Jalil Aziz says, I think Fundora wins this one. I mean, that's a solid prediction. You know what I mean? I think Fundora is going to be the favorite going into this fight. But I do, at the same time, believe that Keith Thurman has a chance. I genuinely believe that. Lorenzo, what up? You know what I mean? But to go back to the Xander Zayas situation, the fact that he's willing to take this chance or at least take the initiative and trying to make this Jaron Ennis fight when he literally doesn't have to, it speaks a lot about his character, his confidence, and how he feels he stacks up against the best of the division. Now, what do y'all think? I'm going to ask y'all first before I answer. What do y'all think Xander Zayas sees in Jaron Ennis that he feels like he could beat? Because I see some people say that he pump fake and say, y'all don't even believe that he want to fight Boots. Some people don't believe he don't even want to fight Boots. I don't think they would have an event, they would be advancing in negotiations if he wasn't interested. So I disagree with that. But what do y'all think Xander sees in Jaron Ennis that makes him feel like he could beat Jaron Ennis? Because that's how it all starts. Before somebody gets interested in a fight and things of that nature, they study that fighter and see exactly what they feel like they can exploit. There's something that Xander Zayas sees in Jaron Ennis' game where he's like, okay, I can really take advantage of this, or I got the style to beat him. What is it? Justin Jackson says Xander seen that Karen footwork against Boots. Yeah, me and my homie Phil was talking about this earlier today in the gym, and I'm like, I get it. I get it, right? Because Karen was giving a lot of movement, and Boots was having a hard time, like landing on big flush shots on Karen and shit like that. But at the end of the day, a lot of people, I think they overrate that Karen performance. You know why? Because Boots won every single round. Like, how effective was the style really if you were losing every round? You can't say Boots don't have success. Then it has success with Karen. He won every round. So how bad of a performance is it really? I just think stylistically it wasn't pleasing, and Boots wasn't getting the knockouts that we was accustomed to seeing, so we just chalked that off as a bad performance. But at the end of the day, Boots won every round. So is movers really a problem for Boots? I don't think that's a fair assessment. That's just my opinion. Old Money Swag says, stop talking about Karen when he lost 21 rounds out of 24. You sound ridiculous. Who are you who you speaking to? Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? You gotta make it clear who you speaking to, brother. You gotta make it clear who you speaking on. A Singh says not being able to cut off the ring. Okay. I don't know what that means. Tag me in. I don't know if you're asking for the link, but I'm gonna drop the link for my boy Slime. Why people get upset about the Karen fight is just an opinion. I mean, I'm not upset, but I think you must be talking about Old Money Swag or something like that. That's a crazy name, by the way. SS Cobra says true, but if you have a more competent fighter than Karen with that style, it could be a problem. So you're saying that if they mixing that movement with some offense, that it could be an issue for Boots. I mean, maybe that is what Xander sees. I'm gonna keep it real. I feel like that's the only. I think that's what he sees. I think he saw, I think he looked over at Boots fights or whatever the case is. I look back at that Karen fight specifically, or maybe even looked at the Karen fight in the rematch and was like, oh, so Boots could be hit. Not only could Boots be hit, but you could actually give him some movement as well. And that's what Xander does. Yo, Slime, what up?
Yo, what's the word?
Chilling, brother. What's going on? What's on your mind?
Ain't nothing. I'm just thinking like I'm thinking about this, right? I personally don't see how Xander could beat him, but maybe Xander sees something that we don't, to be honest, because like I said, I really don't see they could fight 10 times. I think Boots knocks him out 10 times.
Mm.
Like I don't see that fight going 12 rounds. And if it does go 12 rounds, that just shows how much of a dog Xander really is. That's all I could really. And then he's young, so a loss to Boots ain't really nothing for real. He gonna
That's
be changed.
a great point, and that was a point that I had brought up when I was having a conversation with one of my guys at the gym. It's like I feel like they seen a lot of people are referring to the first Karen fight, right? I think that Xander saw a few of his fights. I think he saw the first Karen fight. I think he saw the second Karen fight because you've seen a couple things out of those fights. You saw that when Karen pressed the issue, when he was putting pressure on Boots or at least walking to him, Boots wasn't able to stop him. He dropped Karen, but he wasn't able to stop him. Not only that, but Karen was landing some good shots on Jaron Ennis. Then when you look at the first fight, then you see that he gained some movement, and it was hard for Jaron Ennis to go for the kill or at least get the knockdown, get the stoppage. You know what I'm saying? So maybe Xander saw a little bit of that. Maybe he saw the David Evanesian fight where they was getting into exchanges and Evanesian was landing some shots here and there. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe he saw those things and he was like, this is a winnable fight for me because when Boots gets aggressive, you know what I mean? I can land some punches in between and I got good movement too, so I could frustrate him. So he probably feels like with the tools that he has, he can make it a tough night for Boots. He probably feels like he can outbox Boots. That's what I think. I don't think Xander feels like he could walk to Boots, stand in front of him, and beat him up. I don't think that's the case at all. But I think when he saw that Karen fight, he was like, oh, like he's there to be hit. Like he could be hit.
But can I be honest though? We really haven't even really seen the best of Boots, to keep it a band. Like I feel like there's more to Boots than we're seeing. I feel like Boots could just take it up to that crazy ass level to where it's like, nah, there's nobody could fuck with him for real.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, I'm just trying to, I'm not like telling you my opinion. I'm telling you what maybe Xander's thinking. You see what I'm saying? Maybe
Yeah.
that's what he's thinking because, like I said, you're not going to be like heavily adamant on making a fight happen unless you see some shit that you feel like you could really take advantage of, or you see something in Jaron Ennis where you feel like hasn't really been tested and you feel like you could expose it. You know what I mean? There's a few things. Let me see. Mardo Taraji said, Xander slowed down in the Bravo fight, though, in the later rounds and Boots more dangerous in condition. I agree, man. Listen, I think Boots is going to win this fight. You know what I'm saying? Go 787 says, I think it's confidence, not necessarily something they see. I think both of them dudes made this made of the same cloth, and they ain't scared of smoke. Look at Xander chasing Ortiz of Fundora. Boots willing, is willing like himself. Okay. So Ghost feels like it's not necessarily something that Xander sees. He's just confident in his abilities and what he could do, and that's a fair assessment as well. That may very well be the case. Maybe it's just like, oh, it's not about what Boots lacks; it's about what I bring to the table. You know, that in itself, I feel like I could beat anybody in the world. So maybe that's where Xander's coming with it. But regardless, the fact that he's pursuing the fight overall, that's some gangster shit. I ain't gonna lie, and I ain't gonna shit. Like I told y'all, Boots was talking to my father when my father was at the gym with him a few weeks back. And Boots said, man, Xander not going to fight me. He going to vacate his belts. Well, damn, Boots. That motherfucker must have heard that.
Yeah, he made you eat your words because he's
Yeah.
thinking about that shit. They talking about that shit.
Yes. And I'm sure Xander doesn't even know that Boots said that. You know what I mean? Because I was the first one to put that out there on the internet. But shit. I don't know, man. I think he really wants to fight you now. I don't think they're gonna get into advanced negotiations or be very optimistic in negotiations if they didn't want to rumble. You feel
What's
what I'm
gonna
saying?
what's gonna call it? And another thing is, this nigga what he posted made me real optimistic of the fight really happening because he said Camp 24, and then he had the boots emoji with the smoke and the fire.
Mm-hmm. Let me go ahead and
You-
pull that up. Let me go ahead and pull that up.
Bro, for as long as that fight lasts, it's gonna be real entertaining.
I think so too, cause so look, there you go right here. This was about 10 hours ago, so this was earlier today, around like 2 o'clock, I guess you would say.
Bro, I think this is the most Puerto Rican nigga on earth.
He gotta be, bro. He
Like, oh,
gotta be.
bro, look the
Like the
fit, the pose. That's so
yeah,
Puerto Rican to me.
yeah, he Puerto Rican than a motherfucker. But
He bugging.
yeah. But look at who's tweet. Look at the comment. Do you see the comment that's underneath Xander's caption? Farah Ennis, that's Boots' brother.
Yep.
That's Boo's brother, and he wrote hashtag put him in a coffin tour, hashtag and new. So if the brother's talking this shit, you know,
They know something we know. They know something we don't too.
exactly. So that just further confirms what the rumors are. You see what I'm saying? And then, like you said, look at the caption that says Camp 24 underway. Why would he put the Boots emoji?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's not a coincidence. You feel me? So let me see what the comments say right here. A lot of people saying in the new. Yeah, that's basically all that is. Not much to it. But yeah, man. Look, Xander talking about he already in camp. That fight ain't gonna be till June, so you already know this motherfucker he gonna train his ass off for this fight. If he starting camp today, like not today, or at least if it's underway, that means it's coming up soon. He's not playing.
Yeah, if it's coming in within the next 2 weeks, he's really on his shit. And then that's another thing I was gonna say. Like Xander knows the type of threat Boots is, so expect the very best of Xander.
Absolutely, Xander will be a fucking fool if he come in not the best version of himself. You know what I mean? If you don't bring your best self with somebody like Jaron Ennis, you're a fool. Now the question is the best version of Xander Zayas enough to beat Boots? That's the
We'll
question.
we'll have to see. If you ask me, I'm gonna say no, but that's just me going off what I'm seeing from both fighters.
Yeah, absolutely. Jay, my boy Justin said 4-month camp like Benavidez does. Yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? So we let me see.
But one thing about Xander, he's always staying. I always see him running and doing something active, so he stays in shape.
He lit a life. Yeah, and that's probably why his conditioning is so good. So, but you know, Boots, he lit a life too. So
Mm-hmm.
we're not. There's never going to be a situation where you're going to catch Boots' legs, and he always in shape. And I'm gonna tell you something, yo, Boots. If you need help, let me see. Do I got somebody for him? I don't. Never mind. I don't have nobody for him for that weight. Do I? Nah. Oh my God's too small. Yeah, my guys are like 130s, 140s. Nah, I ain't got nothing for it. But
Mark Sparham.
shit. Even if I was in shape, I don't fight nothing like Xander, so that's that gonna work. Um Out of power said Boots will fuck him up more than Haney. That's crazy. My boy,
Yeah.
my boy Ghost 787 said, hold on. Y'all know me. I ain't ducking. I got Xander by decision. But I do favor Boots 55-45. Oh wow. How
Man,
tall?
shut your Puerto Rican ass up. Now I'm kidding.
So Out of power said, how tall is Zaya? Zaya's gotta be like 5'10, maybe. He probably a little taller than Boots. They probably about the same height, to be
How,
honest.
how tall is Boots?
Boots probably like 5'10 too.
Mm.
Yeah, they about the same. He's like a little. Boots only a little bit taller than me.
Yo, is his name on Wikipedia still Virgil? His middle name?
I don't know, bro.
That shit's funny as shit.
Oh
Whoever
no.
did that's a
Xander
fucking dickhead.
Zayas. They said that Xander Zayas is 5'10. So yeah, they're about the same height. He got like a 6'2" reach. Xander has. That's interesting. Wait, what's Boots height and reach? Let me see.
I mean, look at Xander's arms. That nigga got long ass arms.
Yeah, they literally got the same height and they got the same reach. That's crazy.
This is gonna be a fun fight.
Oh man, it's gonna be that's gonna be a good one. But Boo's been real quiet though. That's one thing I noticed about Boo's. He's not really saying anything right now. Doesn't necessarily mean that that's like a red flag or anything like that. Xander's been the one that's been pretty vocal. But I like it, man. I love this fight right here, man. Look like it's gonna be going down in New York. I mean, this is gonna be like this era's Tito Trinidad versus Bernard Hopkins. That's like the
Yeah.
closest comparison that you could bring to it. You got the Puerto Rican guy, you know what I mean, that's undefeated, you know what I mean, world champion and stuff like that, doing his thing, got some momentum on his side, and he going up against, you know what I mean, that guy from Philly who been making noise too, you know what I mean, a world champion in his own right, you know what I mean, looking like the future of the sport. They about to get this shit popping. I just really love the fact that Xander's 23 years old and he already taking these type of chances. Like you're not seeing motherfuckers his age doing this.
Why couldn't you say Cotto versus Austin Trout? Why couldn't you just say that? You had to bring up
Austin
B
Trout.
Hop. You had to bring up B Hop versus Trinidad. That's sad, bro. That's just depressing.
But you know Austin Trout beat Cotto too.
I know, but that's less depressing.
Bro, it's a loss. It's a loss for Puerto Rico regardless.
But fuck Cotto
That's what you trying to get at. Okay, okay.
type
Listen,
shit.
that shit. I only watched that B-Hop fight once, bro. I never watched that fight again. Out of power said, "Who you got it? Who you got? Who you got it? Win for you. What the fuck, Al? Zayas, Puerto Rican, and Boots from your city. I said it in the video that I had made earlier today. I'm going for Boots, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm going for Boots. I really ain't like that interaction I had with Zayas recently, neither. You know what I mean? But regardless of whether we had that interaction or not, I was rocking with Boots 1,000%. I mean, I just feel like Boots got too much for Xander. That's just my opinion. Yeah, I mean,
He's gonna hit him. He's gonna stop him to the body. I'm telling you something. It's gonna be TKO 9th round. Trust.
Slime got the TKO in the 9th round, y'all. How y'all see it? What's y'all predictions? Y'all let me know. I already heard Go 787. He going for Xander's eyes by decision.
He said split decision to be exact, though.
He did?
Yeah, he said in the chat.
Okay, okay. No, he wrote decision right here.
No, in the group chat.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay, okay. I mean, My boy Justin Jackson said Boots unanimous decision or majority decision. Majority decision means that one judge scored it a draw.
Mm.
So that's competitive. My boy ETC in the building. Empty the clip. He said, I think the body work gonna slow Xander down. 9 to 10 round stoppage. And Boo's got a nasty jab to the body, bro. He got a nasty jab to the body. If he get that jab popping on Xander, I think Xander gonna have to see. Xander gonna have to do a few things. First of all, he's gonna have to be using his legs consistently throughout the fight. Uh, Another thing he gonna have to do, he's gonna have to be constantly working behind his jab. You know what I mean? Like he gotta do whatever he can to make sure that Boots is not first. Like
He
his
might have he might have to like you said, use his jab, but also like try to use effective pressure and back Boots up and frustrate him.
oh, that's
That's very but either way, anything he tries to do is gonna be dangerous. So he's just gonna have to say fuck it. For real, you know?
does Boots have to stop Xander to win? Not necessarily.
No.
Boots got the skills to go IQ for IQ with Xander. I don't even think Xander has a better IQ than Boots. That's just my opinion. Like we're not about to sit here and act like Xander the more intelligent fighter and Boots is just a puncher. It's not the case at all. And if you think that's the case, you really don't know Boots that well.
Even if he doesn't stop him, he might get dropped at least twice. You know?
Mr.
So
Big Play Brace said, "Where's the fight taking place?" Well, according to reports, it's going down to New York. I feel like that just makes all the sense in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like PR don't really make sense for a Boots and Xander fight. The reason why I say that is because you want to bring both fan bases over. People from Philly not flying out to Puerto Rico to watch Boots fight Xander, but they'll drive over to New York. They'll drive over to New York. That shit not far at all.
and you got a lot of Puerto Ricans in New York, and you got a lot of Puerto
Exactly.
Ricans in Philly.
You got the black fans Philly coming over. You got the black fans in New York, and the tri-state area. You got the Rican fans coming from Philly. You got the Rican fans coming from Jersey. You got the Rican fans coming from New York. Bro, this shit could really do some crazy numbers, bro. How far is New York driving? About 2 hours, more or less.
Yeah, it's like 3 or 4 for me.
My boy is Sing. My boy is Sing with the $5 super chat. He says, Mazuma, who should Boots bring in for sparring for Xander? And I think Boots being at 154 will help a lot. He looks super sharp versus Lima. Yeah, for as long as it lasted. Shout out to the boy is Sing with the super chat. Now, who should Boots bring in for sparring for Xander? That's a great question. That's a great question. You definitely want to bring somebody who first of all, I don't think you're gonna find one person that does everything that Xander does, right? So you want to have, first of all, you got to bring in bigger guys because Xander's gonna rehydrate pretty well. He's probably gonna get into the 70s the night of the fight, right?
Spar
So
yo-yo.
you want somebody who's mobile for sure. You want somebody who's gonna be using their legs and being big on the footwork.
Spar yo-yo. Spar Carlos Adames.
You know who'd be a good work for him? Let's see if he can pull this shit off. Caleb Plant.
Yeah.
Caleb Plant will be good work for Boots, bro. When it comes to the movement and shit. Rashidi Ellis, nah, he a op. They not going to spar. Mobility, man. Caleb Plant will be good work for Boots, bro.
Oh, and if you want spar Christian and Billy or Lester Martinez.
What? For
Why
what?
not?
Bro, they super. I know Caleb Plant is super middleweight too. I don't know. Let me think a little bit more. So you want to have somebody who is not too far out of the weight.
So spar Carlos Adames.
Empty the clip said Boots need to bring in Karen for sparring. That's a great one.
Yeah.
Dope. That'll be dope. I ain't gonna lie. I think that's probably the best work he could get. But I'm trying to think of like mobile guys, man.
Carlos Adames.
Shit, I would say, who would have been good work? Fucking Josh Kelly. But Fucking this motherfucker Carlos Adama is not mobile. He got upper body movement, but he don't move his feet all like that. He a
I
different
mean,
type.
I was gonna say I would have said Lara, but Lara's fucking old.
Yeah, Lara's old, man. What y'all thinking? Y'all saying Jesus Ramos? Uh,
If we're thinking straight up movement,
they saying Jermaine Ortiz. That would be good work.
yeah, you're gonna fuck Jermaine up, but
Bardo Taraji said Africa. Yeah,
I I mean,
I like that work for him, but I don't know if Africa really want to work for real.
Spark Gary Antoine Russell.
Nah, you know, I doubt that. Because you gotta take into consideration that a lot of these dudes, especially like champions, they're like, "Oh, I ain't no fucking sparring partner," and they won't support another champion. Like that shit is rare.
True.
That's interesting. I mean, I'm sure they'll get some good work. They'll
I-
definitely get some good work. East Orlando got hella Puerto Ricans.
Spar Tiger.
What's Tiger gonna be good for, bro?
I don't know. Punching in combinations.
Mario Barrios, you funny as shit, Trey.
Niggas gonna get knocked out one punch.
Man, Barrios ain't fuck Mario Barrios. Read your
Nah,
last
but
comment. Let me see.
I had a good one for
Andromov, nah, he's a ghost. That nigga's a op. That's not realistic, bro.
they're all in the same division. That's not going.
Yeah, like they might actually fight each other in the future.
I'm trying to think
They're
of
not gonna fight, bro. Michael Fox, nah, not really. Mike Fox is a 6'4" southpaw. Y'all know Xander not a southpaw, right?
your orthodox fighter.
Okay.
Oh, for Xander, because Boots is a switch hitter. Spar with Crawford.
Man, Crawford, you see how Crawford look? That nigga fat as hell. Xander fat. I mean, not Xander. Crawford was over here working with Lester Martinez. Nigga belly all out and shit. Bud looked like he every bit of like 190 right now.
He's evolving into Bomac,
Oh man, I hope not.
like a Pokemon.
T
You
Bud
see,
Goldberg, he said Boots and Zayas both had the same height and reach. Yeah, we said that earlier, bro. He said, dang, he not southpaw. I thought he was, man. Zayas getting smoked. This nigga said crawfish. That's crazy. ETC said, Slime, why the fuck would Bud spar Boots? Come on now. Yeah, he not helping Boots
I
at
didn't
all.
say I didn't say Bud Spar Boots. I said Bud Spar Xander because he's a switch hitter. That's like
Yeah. Now Xander could get some good work. You know who Xander's gonna have some good work. You know who he gonna work with? Darrell Val Saint.
I
Them
don't know.
niggas
I don't know who that is, but that nigga sound
Darrell
like he
Val
could fight.
Saint. That's that Haitian motherfucker from down Florida. Uh Xander Zayas trains in Florida. That's gonna be some good ass fucking work. Xander will be a fool not to bring in Darrell Val Saint. He switch hits, he's slick, he got some good power. What? Man, that'd be good fucking work, boy.
Boots could spar Tio for move for
Hell
some footwork movement.
no, bro. That motherfucker Tio gonna get killed in that ring, boy. Boots gonna fuck Tio up for that shit that shit he was talking in the past.
Mm,
Vito Milnicki for Boots, not bad, not bad. That's not a bad one.
yeah.
Shakur too small, man. That nigga bitching about fighting 47s. You think he gonna spar 54 in elite 54?
Bro, the thing is, he sparred Ugas before. So what the fuck? I don't know why he be complaining. He was at 35. So fuck Shakur.
Yeah, Shakur not sparring no Boots, man.
Shakur's a hoe. That's what it
Bivol,
is.
man, Bivol not coming from fucking Russia to spar this nigga. I
Yeah,
don't know, bro. Lubin for Boots? Nah.
they're ops.
Lubin's a southpaw.
They're
Xander
ops.
don't be switching. Why y'all keep bringing up southpaws? I'm thinking like who is Boots gonna spar to get ready for Xander? I'm thinking of some dudes from Philly. I can't really put a fucking. I cannot think of anybody. This is crazy. Boots should try
Damn.
Val Saint. If I was Boots, I would pay Val Saint not to spar Xander.
Why not?
But Val Saint probably like fuck them niggas because they in my division. He probably say fuck both of them. But Val Saint fight at 54. But if I'm Xander, I'm bringing Val Saint in. He in Florida, I'm in Florida. Hell yeah, you want to spend this whole camp with me?
Um.
Tony
Uh.
Soprano. Tony
Jermaine.
Soprano said this shows how good Xander is. There's no one like him skill wise. Not necessarily, because you don't need to get one spar partner that emulates everything that Xander does. You could take somebody who's mobile, like an Africa, whatever the case is, and then you get somebody who's a volume based type of guy, and just alternate the two. You're gonna get both looks right there.
I was also gonna say because Jermaine be in Florida too. He could spot. Xander could spot Jermaine. You know, he switch hits too. He's switch hitter.
Southwest Dice. He said nothing saving Zayas from that ass whooping from Boots. That's funny. That's sick.
Man, he could spar Canelo.
Who?
Boots.
Man, Zayas don't fight shit like Canelo.
So what?
He don't punch like Canelo. Canelo don't move like him. They different styles, bro. How do I think the fight will go? I think it'll start off with like Zayas. I think Zayas gonna be his bicycle immediately. I think he's gonna be throwing his textbook combination how he usually does. Get on his bicycle. I'm gonna see Boots doing a lot of, Boots gonna be jabbing. You know what I mean? Trying to just catch his rhythm and shit like that. I see Boots putting on a clinic from the counterpunching department. I could really see him running Xander into some good shots. I see him breaking them down. I seen him laying some good body shots on Xander as well. Um, I see Boots breaking him up, man. I really do. Because Xander moves, but he also takes a lot of chances offensively. You know what I mean? Like he's very active offensively. For as much as he moves, he's very active offensively. So that's gonna give Jaron Ennis a lot of opportunities to counter or punch in between. A Singh says he could just spar Andy and tell Andy move a lot. But but it's like Andy's small though.
But it's the movement that they're trying to get. You know, they're not really. They're not. They don't really have to punch each other. It's just working on the movement. They could just work on strictly movement. You know.
Yeah. I mean, that's for his team to figure out, to be honest. But yeah, man, I don't know. Volume
Because
punches.
that's one thing I would work on with if I was a coach. That's one thing I'd work on with Boots is cutting off that ring for Xander because that's gonna get Xander fucked up.
It said Brandon Pizarro if we talking Philly. Brandon Pizarro isn't really volume based. He's like a sharp. He's more of like a quality type guy. He's not like a quantity type of guy when it comes to punches. Movement. Brandon's not. Brandon can move, but he's not like a big mover neither, though. You know what I mean? My boy ETC said, Mark, can you please tell these motherfuckers that don't have that eye for boxing that Boots defense is good? I'm tired of hearing motherfuckers say that. Niggas just repeating narratives. Boots has phenomenal defense. I've seen that shit with my own eyes. So can't nobody tell me otherwise. Like, I just think that Boots. I think Boots was like so hell bent on like stopping guys or having a lack of respect for his opponents that he really wasn't prioritizing his defense. But if you see like his earlier fights, like when he was first fighting on Showbox and stuff like that, he showed immaculate defense. Boots is very hard to hit once he gets in that defensive bag. Boots could bring in Boo Boo. Boo Boo's a southpaw. You see what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of these motherfuckers ain't fitting the description. You need an orthodox, volume-based mover that has size. Pause. Like that's what you're gonna need.
Fight Christian Billy.
Bro, that nigga's a super middleweight. But
So
listen. I'm gonna say this. Right? First of all, and Billy's in fucking Canada, so I don't know. I don't know how that'll work. But Boots was looking for sparring partners that was like up to 175 pounds. So he probably would. He probably would spar in Billy. For volume, definitely in Billy. For mobility, what's up? Only person you could think of is Dev. Well, that shit's not gonna happen. Amari Jones, okay. Singh, have you ever heard of anyone getting the best of Boots in sparring? To be honest with you, nope.
me, I dropped him 7 times.
To be real, bro, nobody has ever. Not that anybody has ever. I've never heard personally that somebody getting off on Boots. Never. Not saying that it hasn't happened. I just never heard it.
Maybe when he was like 10.
You said read my last comment as Xander fight outcall, but is an orthodox. He's not. I wouldn't necessarily call Xander a switch hitter though. Let me see. Go 787 said Mazuma. Everyone seems to be giving Boots a W already, but what if Xander neutralizes Boots and wins? What then for him and people's opinion about him? Well, his stock is going to go through the fucking roof, and Puerto Rico is going to have a new star. That's what's going to happen, like for sure. People think so highly of Boots that if Xander were to outclass him, beat him, expose him,
Stop him.
Yeah, whatever the case is, if Xander shows out against Boots and just completely separates himself from Jaron Boots Ennis, this motherfucker's stock is going to reach heights that hasn't been reached in a long time in Puerto Rico since Miguel Cotto. Like he's gonna be like that guy. He's gonna go. That's gonna go crazy. Coach Bradman said he's seen one person get off on Boots. Who the fuck was that? Cause I never heard Bradman say that. Did he say who it was?
Me.
Shut up, man. Please tell us how Boots did versus Canelo. I cannot reveal that. I cannot reveal that. But I'm going to just say, like I said, nobody I know of ever got off on Boots. I heard he whooped another nigga in that camp too, but I'm not going to say who. There was another nigga that was at that camp that Boots beat up on too. Did he do well? Yeah. Boots did well. ETC said Brandman ain't say that shit. He said he saw one competitive John and was Boots was like 16. That says a lot. Yeah, exactly. Bro, I'm trying to tell y'all something good. Like if I knew something different, I would tell y'all. I've never heard of anybody getting off on Boots. Never. Not saying that it hasn't happened. I just never heard of it. Canelo a senior citizen? That's funny. Was he or was he not undisputed champion at the time? Tricks.
Yeah.
So we can't sit here and act like he's a senior citizen. He beat Canelo. You know, he sparred Canelo at his height, at his peak.
You pretty much just said it.
What you mean?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know. You pretty much just said it. You said he beat Canelo. He pretty much you said he like got off on Canelo, kinda.
I was talking about Crawford. I fucked that up.
Oh.
Out of Powell said Caleb Plant. What you think for Boost Spartan? Yeah, that's the person that I brought up. I think Caleb Plant will be good. I think that'll be good work for Boots. If he's able to get that, that'll be great work. But I don't know if Caleb Plant's going to come over to Philly to spar Boots. Boots might have to go to Vegas. I think Caleb Plant will be great work for Boots.
Who else could be great with work for Boots?
Oh no, man.
Berlanga.
Just to get fucking packed. Boots already not doing training camp in Philly. Did he say that? Did he say that for this camp he not training in Philly? I heard him say that he might. You heard me? How you feeling?
You on live?
Yeah, I'm on live right now. This nigga Josue said Berlanga fucking caca. Caca is fucking hilarious.
Bro, he's the best thing to come out of Puerto Rico.
Who?
Who? Berlanga.
I had to get him up out of here, bro. Holy shit. He's not even from Puerto Rico, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, he is.
I can't stand this nigga, bro. You done?
Yeah.
All right, man. Glad you got that out your system. Ghost said, can you break down what makes both of them really good fighters in terms of both of their skills for Boots and for Xander? All right, let's start with Xander. Xander has a lot of good things going for him. First of all, he's big for the weight. Good height, good reach. So that's one. He got some good physical attributes going into the ring. He's fundamentally sound. You know, responsible with his hand placement defensively, good combination puncher. And he's what I mean by fundamentally sound is that, you know, his combinations are like textbook. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, hook to the body. You know what I'm saying? 1, 1, 2, 3. Like Xander does a lot of things textbook. You know what I'm saying? He slips and counters. A lot of the shit that Xander does is basic, but it works. The fundamentals are really a big part of Xander Zayas' game offensively. He also has great mobility. He uses his feet pretty well in the ring. He got some athleticism to him. He got some good bounce on his feet as well. Another thing, he has great conditioning. He always comes in dog shape. Dog shape. Not only that, but he a fucking dog too. He's a fucking dog too. Like if he has to go get it, he go get it. He hasn't been through much adversity in his career yet, but I've seen Slava Sparmer rock Xander Zayas shit in that ring.
Yeah, I've seen him get rocked. I've seen him get hurt a few times.
I've seen him get hurt and he bounced back like nothing happened. It takes a certain type of individual to get through those type of things. I've seen people get hurt in sparring. I've seen niggas get hurt in fights and completely fall apart. Xander ain't one of them. He built for this shit. Not only that, but if you look at Xander Zayas' amateur pedigree, he was very experienced in that aspect too. So, like he a lifer when it comes to this shit. Like he really lit his shit. So of course he would have a solid IQ because he been doing this shit since he was a baby and fighting at an elite level since he was a baby. Multiple time national champion, all type. You see what I'm saying? But T-Bud says Xander is pillow fisted as fuck though. See, but Xander Zayas makes up for that because he's an accumulation puncher. You know what I mean? There's ways to get around that. You having power isn't the end all be all in every situation. Power isn't necessarily a necessity neither. If you don't have power, okay, cool. He's a volume puncher, so he could break you down with accumulation. You don't only get broke down by getting hit with powerful shots. If you hit a nigga enough, they will break the fuck up. Go watch Xander Zayas fight with Slaw with Spalmer. He literally was punching on him until the dude could not take it anymore. He broke the fuck down.
Which one called? They called Devin Haney pillow fisted, but look how that works for him.
But Devin's not Devin's he's sneaky with his punches and shit like that. Yeah, I mean, he got a little bit more pop than people give him credit for. But you know, my dad threw me off with that comment. He says Boots by devastating KO. Yo, Pop, we might have to go to that fight, Pop. Come on, man. We gonna have to take that trip to New York.
OG, if you got the time, you should hop on the channel and give us your thoughts.
Yo, no, real shit, Pop. If you want to come on, let me know. Darrell Val Saint better than Najee Lopez. We gotta give Darrell Val Saint some time before we make that assumption, brother.
Nah, it's cause I know your dad don't like Xander, so it's funny.
This nigga said devastating KO. I don't know. That shit is funny to me. Xander at 154, Frank Martin? Nah, they're not the same. Xander's more volume-based than Frank Martin. Frank Martin is more explosive than Xander. Frank Martin's a bigger puncher than Xander.
But Frank got good footwork.
But he doesn't move as much as Xander. Xander's more of a mover. They have a lot of differences. And I think Frank is he's stronger.
Man, I remember my dad used to tell me about Xander when in like 2019, 2020.
Yeah. No, they was talking about Xander for when they signed him when they was 16. Puerto Rico was talking about it.
I remember he was like, yo, there's this kid from Florida, man. He's going crazy. I'm like, who was that? He's a kid though. He's really young. I'm like, man, I don't want to hear about no young ass kid right now. But look where Xander's at now. It's just crazy. No bullshit.
No, out of power. Boots stopped the Vila brutally. He beat the shit out of Romain Vila, bro. That motherfucker ain't been the same since then.
He took way too much punishment.
That was his corner, man. His corner did him super dirty. Like, I can't believe they let him in for as long as they did, bro. That man Romain Vila got beat the fuck up for all 10 rounds, bro. Like, you took 10 rounds, like a half hour worth of punishment, bro. That shit.
Bro, I don't think Vila won a fight since.
I don't even know. I don't even know what happened with Vila. I might have to look that up. What happened to Vila?
He just had a fight and lost, like recently. Because I think it was on Pro Box.
I know for a fact he got knocked out right after the Boots fight. He took like a year and some change off and got knocked out again. Do I think it'll look like Vila? No, because Vila is more of a Vila's not as he's not as versatile as Xander Zayas. Xander, he, like I said, like we said, he could move, he could box. You know what I mean? He's more intelligent than Vila. Vila's just a come forward pressure fighter. That's all he got to his game. If you get past that, you could beat him because he don't got nothing else to fall back on. Xander got dimensions. You feel what I'm saying? But
you said dementia for a second.
No, dimensions. But Xander, he has some good qualities. We didn't even get into Boots. I just, like I said, Boots is one of the most well-rounded fighters in the sport of boxing today because there's nothing that you could say that he doesn't do well. When Boots wants to move, he has great movement. He uses his, he creates angles really well. Good jab, good body shots, good power, good speed, good athleticism, good reflexes. When he's in his defensive bag, he can make you miss. Good counter puncher, good punch placement. Like Boots really does it all. And he does it with flash. He does it with showmanship. And that's what makes him one of the most exciting fighters in the sport of boxing. Very intelligent fighter. So anybody, even if you beat Boots, you're not gonna have an easy time beating him. Nobody is. He has too much to his game. And I think Zayas is gonna have a tough time with that, man. Especially if Boots takes his legs. If Boots takes Xander's legs, it's a wrap.
Mm-hmm.
stopping him. That got to be his main thing. Like Zaya's legs is really what sets him apart from a lot of these guys. I think that's I think that's one of the best attributes to his game. You take his legs and you make him a stagnant target. Woo-wee. Xander gonna be in trouble because Xander don't got that type of defense where he can make you miss with the upper body movement. You know what I'm saying? Like he not known for like catching shots on the high guard, rolling underneath. A lot of the times it's his legs that really get him out of dodge. His offense is his defense at times, and then his legs are a big part of his defense as well. You take the legs away from him, he's in big trouble, man.
I'll laugh if he quits in the corner.
Man, I can't see that. There's no way. They're gonna have to throw that towel for him. He can't quit. He can't quit.
Boots done made niggas do that shit before.
Yeah, but if he do that, like his whole career is done. Them Puerto Ricans going. They gonna fry Xander so bad he'll never bounce back from that. Stanionis is compact with a great mid-range jab. He does. I agree. I gotta fly to New York in June. I'm gonna be there, bro. Hopefully everything goes well with my situation, man. So I could just, we just gotta see what date it is first. They said Terror Squad not gonna like that. What you mean, J-Day? What you talking about? If Boots beats him? What you mean? Terror Squad not gonna like if Boots wins? Asian 86, what up? Man, Berlanga probably gonna be supporting fucking Zayas like a dick eater. He probably gonna be holding Zayas PR flag. You in my city, nigga. You in my city, nigga. And Philly gonna take over New York that night.
Is that Berlanga on this nigga's fucking profile picture on agents? Who the fuck is that?
Look like it. Let me see.
Dead as fuck.
No, wait, who is that? I don't know who that is. 86. Who is that?
Like, who the fuck is that? Laid the fuck out.
Yes.
This nigga's planking.
Who got a better jab, Xander or Stanionis? That's Nick Ball. That's definitely him. Ice team. Yeah.
Oh, Ralph got fucking Berlanga. Oh, y'all niggas is petty.
Y'all niggas is trolls. The nation got a lot of trolls. I ain't gonna lie. Ralph an underrated troll too.
Facts.
Coffee playing when he be on his bullshit. He hilarious too. Lorenzo, he just reckless. He's something wrong with him.
Yeah, Lorenzo don't give a fuck about nothing. Who the fuck Lorenzo got? Oh, that's Tio. That's Tio getting starched.
By Shakur.
Yeah, that's the best punch. I think that was the best punch of the night.
I love how everybody got that. We should all meet that weekend and get an Airbnb. I mean, I'm not gonna get an Airbnb. I'm coming straight from Philly, and then right after that, we riding right back to Philly after the fight.
Wait, who said we gotta get it? What?
Justin Jackson saying that we should get an Airbnb. I'm gonna be on my own time, brother. I'm gonna be in New York. Come right back to the city.
Yeah, we gonna all crash at Crib, you know.
Yo, Reed don't even be on these lives, bro. You said shit about Reed, he don't even be on it. Mazuma, what is the best game plan for Xander to get the win? Is there a path for Xander to win, or you don't see it? There's definitely look, man, this boxing, so of course there's a path to victory for either guy. You know what I'm saying? I just think that Xander, I ain't gonna lie, he gonna have to box the perfect fight, bro.
He's gonna have to look like he's gonna have to box like Sugar Ray Robinson did.
According to my father, the best plan for Xander is to not show up that night.
OG, you gotta get on and talk your piece about this fight, man. I already know you got bad shit to say.
So that nigga don't show up.
And then he be saying this shit so nonchalant. That shit makes it so much more funnier.
Yo, that shit is the best. Yo, Young T said, let's not get too excited, though. I think Xander would take it before Virgil. What?
What?
Although I think Xander would take it before Virgil because Xander offered Virgil a shot. Oh, okay. I get what you're saying.
Pause though, still.
Yeah, that was crazy. But Al the Pal said, dang, you don't drink. Fuck that. I want to drink at the fight. Well, ain't nobody stopping you, Al. The hell you talking about?
The fuck, nigga, he wants you to drink too with him.
That's not happening.
Like, what kind of shit?
No, there's definitely a path to victory for Xander. He's gonna have to just he's gonna have to be mobile. He's gonna know when to have to shoot his shots. You know what I mean? He's gonna have to he's gonna have to do a little bit of everything, man.
Man, I'm about to walk in with Dave's hot chicken and sit the fuck down and watch that shit.
We gonna go to Chris Colbert's chicken spot.
No, we're not. No, the fuck we're not.
We going to prime time chicken. We gonna catch some food poisoning and who caught food poisoning? Like we gonna be in the hospital with Hitchens watching the fight.
Nigga, we gonna catch food poisoning and take a knee.
What?
Take a knee and shit.
Like Jermaine?
All right. All right. You got that one. You
Let's
dead
go,
ass got that one.
Let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ. That's right.
You got it. You got that one. That's a good John. Yo, you never dropped the video we did. We were pre-recorded. We were roasting the fuck out Jermaine. Like bad.
Who was roasting Jermaine?
Me, you, and Ree. There was one video you didn't drop. I was waiting for you to drop it.
I forgot what happened with that video. But yo, I'm kind of glad that video ain't hit the airways though. We tripped on that fucking line.
Yeah, we was having way too much fun. Like if niggas was not monetized.
That was like the worst. I think that shit was worse than the ones we had before we got monetized. That shit was wild. I think I still got it on my library too.
Yo, if you can send me that, I need to just watch that shit. That shit's hilarious.
Let me see. I probably deleted it. I gotta check though. But yeah, that was when I had gotten banned.
Mm-hmm.
So I could only record videos. I couldn't go live.
I remember we were talking for like an hour before you even went live.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, we did. We was drawn. I was trying to start the videos, but we kept talking about other shit. Josue Hernandez said, yo, there's like zero hype for Thurman and Fundora. It's probably because nobody fucking asked for it. That's probably why. I don't know.
I feel like once the fight is there, it's gonna be more entertaining though. Like that's how it feels. That's how it is with me. Like if there's a fight I don't care about, and I just happen to go watch it, it'll end up being entertaining. I don't know if it's just because I'm a real boxing head, but you know what I mean?
It's big hype. I got my ticket. Just because you got a fucking ticket don't mean it's big hype, Justin. You better hope Thurman don't pull out with an injury.
Nigga, and if you got your ticket, nigga, you better record a video of that nigga Thurman going down.
Yo, if Thurman get packed, that's gonna be a bad job, bro.
I'll hate Fondora even more, but that's what I feel like.
Mark. He said, "Don't hate Mark." I'm definitely hating. Definitely hating. I wish I was there. You recording everything and sending it to the group chat. That's what's up. You said car sucks also. Damn.
What sucks?
He said the card.
Oh.
Young T says, if they make this fight, Eddie better have a backup fighter on deck. Don't be surprised if Xander pulls out for whatever reason. Damn. I ain't never heard Xander pulling out a fight, though. I think Xander pulled out of a fight one time, and he was, like, crying and shit. You ever seen that video?
Nah.
I think he had, like, I don't know if he had an injury or he had gotten ill. He had felt ill or something. But Xander literally had to pull off of a car one time. He wasn't even a main event or anything. He was literally like boo-hoo crying. I have to pull out of this fight and even though what the fuck? What the fuck going on with Xander? That's when he was a kid though. Yeah, he don't know no better.
Man, fuck Xander.
Go
Nigga
7 said, man, I'm gonna save my money. Ain't nobody asked for Fundora versus Thurman. That's a fact. They've been trying to get Fundora an opportunity. They've been trying to give Thurman an opportunity for a minute. Like,
Yo, what's some call it? What's up with Xander? That nigga have be going through midlife crisis at the age of 23. That nigga shaved his head completely bald one time. Nigga grew up. He had braids at one point. He had fucking short hair, bald. Now he's blonde.
he might have been trying to find his identity. Like
Hopefully he now found it with this bullshit ass haircut.
Nah, I don't fuck with that blonde shit. I'm reading
Nah. It don't got to be the blonde shit. But when he had it regular black,
Yeah, I don't know.
nigga, he's over here taking pictures and shit like he's the grand model of Puerto Rico. I'm like, yo, like chill out, bro. Captain PR.
Captain PR. Where would the fight be? MSG. It's gonna be somewhere in New York. I didn't hear them, describe a specific location just yet. But most
Watch it be
likely,
at the Barclays.
woo, yo, Pop. If you still in the building, if that shit in Brooklyn, we gotta go, Pop. We gotta go. I'm gonna try to bring my Pop with me.
Gangsta.
Hanging out with Bad Bunny too. I know the blind is for the Puerto Rican baseball team. I still ain't fucking with it though. I ain't gonna lie.
Mark, you said you was gonna do it at 10K subs though.
No, I did not.
Yeah, you did, bro.
No, I didn't. When I said I was gonna dye my hair.
Chat. Y'all remember he said that one live? Y'all
Man,
remember he said it.
niggas better not be back in slime plays a fucking
Y'all
lie.
said y'all heard him say it.
I would dye my hair.
Yeah.
Ralph said you and Slime made a bet. I said I was gonna dye my hair.
See? You see?
I said that.
Yeah.
What?
Huh?
Dye my hair what? What?
Blonde.
Justin, you probably wasn't even around when I said that shit. The fuck out of here. Talking about Mark did say that. Nigga, you just started.
He did. He did. He was there. I remember. You think I'm joking? I'm not trolling. You said the shit. You probably don't remember. I remember you saying it.
Man, I'm not dyeing my hair. Fuck that bet.
He said, man, fuck that bet.
Yo, real shit. If I don't remember that shit, that's dead. Mark also lied about using pimple patches. What?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. I remember you talked shit about me because I had one on one day, and then I said, nigga, I seen you with one. And then you were like, no, you didn't. When you ever see me with one? He knows. He's on one. Justin Jackson's on one. He said that shit. Yup. Mm-hmm.
When I use a pimple patch?
Bro, I'll have to really look down for them lies, but you had I think it was a yellow pimple patch or a green one, some shit. Mm-hmm.
What the hell, y'all niggas?
Think you had it on either on your forehead or somewhere on your nose.
Nigga said Mark a liar, bro. I'm dead serious. I don't remember. Bro, I don't remember. Your girl had
Yeah,
put it on you. Oh, my girl put a pimple patch on me. Okay.
Yep.
I'm not saying that it ain't true. I just don't remember that shit. Damn, I don't remember shit, so now I'm a liar. That's crazy.
Yo, this nigga Mark, right? You know what I'm saying? He want to be Dory when it's convenient.
Nigga, shut up. Nigga. I don't even know what the fuck. I'm dead ass. If I remember, I'll say it. I don't need what the fuck I need to lie about pimple patches for.
Yo, y'all remember when he showed us the AJ tattoo on his leg?
All right, now you
Yo.
My man got dementia. Why would you even make a joke like that? Sing, what's wrong with you?
My man got the false shit.
This nigga said I got dementia. That's crazy. What did a blind and baseball thing mean? I don't know. I don't even know where that came from. I just know Puerto Ricans dye their hair blonde when these niggas get in like them baseball joints. I don't know. Them niggas
Yeah,
is
when
shit.
they on a winning streak, that's when they do it.
Oh, okay.
I think it's when not a winning streak. I think it's for the playoffs or some shit for the. I don't know, something like that.
He said, I don't remember that slime. He said, I don't remember that slime. Come on. Okay, my pop said they go blind every year at the baseball classic for good luck. Okay.
Well, they lost this year.
That shit ain't work.
Yeah, niggas dyed their hair for no reason. And Xander's so Puerto Rican. He went and did the shit. Yo, he is a loser. Yo, I swear to God, bro. He
That
over
shit,
there boxing with Emiliano Vargas and Bad Bunny at the Super Bowl. Man, go fuck yourself, man.
I don't understand.
Nigga.
I don't understand why. Like, maybe that's Bad Bunny just embracing all Latinos and shit. But he should have brought another Puerto Rican to do that shit with Xander. He should have done
He
like
should have had Tito. That would have
Trinidad.
went crazy. Yeah, why not? All he was doing was in boxing shorts throwing punches. He loves to shadow box regardless.
Nigga Tito shadow box everywhere he go.
Yo, you tell Tito's shadow box, he'll give you a 30-minute, a 35, a 36-minute fight. He give you a 12-round fight
That's funny.
with a knockout in the 11th round. And he'll look down too.
He said, nigga, you would have boxed Emiliano at the Super Bowl too.
Me? Who, me? No, I wouldn't have. No, I wouldn't have. My fat ass ain't going nowhere to be the center of attention.
Yeah, I'm going to New York for that one, bro. There's gonna be a lot of Philly niggas in New York. I know that.
Facts, we gonna be over there.
This nigga's a clown. Yo, Tricks, you drawing, bro. He said Xander's friend Kip Kansas dyed his hair blind for his fight and got knocked out by a journeyman on top right. Yo,
That's
that
funny
blind
as shit.
man, terrible luck, bro. What the fuck? That's not even supposed to be funny, but damn, bro.
Now that just spells the recipe for Xander. Xander better dye his hair a different color.
His hair gonna grow, that blind shit gonna grow out by the
Man, he gonna fucking fall out that ring like B-Hop. I'm so gay.
Yo, B-Hop falling out that ring is like top 10 funniest things that ever happened in boxing, bro.
I think that's more iconic than his fights.
Yo, but B-Hop fell out the ring multiple times though.
Yeah, I think it was. You said it was twice.
That ain't the only time. Like this nigga B-Hop always find a way to fall out the ring. But what had me rolling when he got knocked out the ring by Joe Smith, bro, like
He fell into that abyss, bro.
yo, that shit, like he fell into straight darkness, like like a dark spot there where he fell. He like fell down a trap door or some
All
shit.
you see is the bottom of his shoes.
That's all you see, bro. And B-Hop was rubbing his head. I was like, God damn, I know that shit hurt like a motherfucker. Yo, if everybody that hit their head before had to rub their motherfucker. You rub your head after you bump your head, you know that shit hurt like a bitch, bro.
You ever had a cocotazo? That shit stings. Like right after the residual pain, it's like fuck.
Yo, and I know since he bald, that shit hurt even more, bro.
Oh yeah, his thoughts was all over the place.
Ooh, that was straight scald of fucking cement, nigga. God damn.
You know how in the cartoons, like the Tweety bird pops up? Yeah, it was one of those.
How about Tom and Jerry when that big ass knot pop out the top of their head?
When he gets hit with a hammer.
Yeah, we got. you think B-Hop? My pop think B-Hop was looking for a way out.
Yo,
Joe Smith was funny, bro. Joe Smith wasn't playing with B-Hop because B-Hop was like, he was like, special. Common. I'm special. He talking all that bullshit at the press
Nah,
conference.
yo,
Joe said, I'm about to fuck your old ass up, bro.
yo, you know how scuba divers jump off the boat before they get in the water? They jump backwards and fall in. That's the same way he fell. He felt like he went scuba diving. I swear to God,
Yo.
that shit's funny as hell, bro. The fall and in a sitting down position is funny as fuck.
Yo, Lorenzo said, y'all remember when Kermit Cintron did a Rey Mysterio dive out the ring with his ball? I remember that, bro. Oh my God, bro. That's funny. He said Kermit actually jumped out. That's a fact.
Jumping out the ring is funny.
That's funny as shit.
Nah, there was one dude. I talked about it before. It was some fat dude. Nigga ran and he got hit, ran and fell out the whole ring. Fat ass nigga, just like a seal,
Yo, Pop, he's talking about Joel Cotto. We know who that is that happened to.
bro.
That's Joel Cotto. He actually showed up our grand opener for Pivot Boxing Academy. He still be fighting. Actually, when I was doing those in the ring interviews, he fought on that card.
Man, I need his autograph.
That nigga jumped out. That nigga slid out that ring, bro.
Like if a woman gave birth, just woof.
Yo, but what's funny was he beat the count because a lot of people don't know that. I think when you fall out the ring, they give you 20 seconds to get back in. So it's like a 10 count if you get knocked down in the ring. If you get like punched and you fall out the ring, you got 20 seconds and they got to be unassisted. Nobody can help you up.
But the funny part about that fight is that shit was really empty. So that nigga just fell on the floor. Like, yo, that shit was funny as shit. Like there was no gates, nothing. It was just straight up floor.
I ain't gonna lie though. When Joel fought on that card that I was doing interviews in, I thought he won. They robbed I thought they robbed the shit out of him. I ain't even gonna lie.
They were fighting in a fucking middle school gym.
That's funny, man. And I think the boy that he had fought with, I think it was Cassius Chaney or some shit like that. But
Oh no, that dude was tall though.
yeah, he a tall heavyweight boy. His name Cassius Chaney. But we gonna see, man. Like if this fight actually get announced, man, Xander got balls of steel. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
I'll believe it when the first press conference happens.
Mm.
You know? Because I know I'm being tuned for that one.
Man. June. That's gonna be a hell of a month. It's gonna be a hell of a month. But let me know what's on your mind, man. Y'all got any questions for me before we get up out of here?
You read my name on the chat?
Yeah, I read it. Fucking weirdo.
Another Puerto Rican legend.
Yeah. Sway Vargas, a Puerto Rican legend. Shit. That nigga's a fucking goof. Can't stand that nigga. I hate that niggas be saying I look like that bitch. That should be frying me.
You look like Joseph Adorno too, a little bit.
No, fuck I don't. I look like that bitch ass nigga. I ain't gonna call him a bitch ass nigga. I take that back. You know he beat Shakur in the amateurs.
Yeah, he said it in the interview. Shakur said it.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know it either till he said it. He was talking about that his brothers used to make fun of him every time he lost something in the amateurs. And then he lost to Joseph Adorno, and his brothers would be like, "Nigga, don't make me go get Joseph Adorno," shit like that.
Joseph Adorno, he started off well, but I don't know what happened to him. I remember one time I walked into the 2300 arena and I had walked in from the back of the building, and he was there. And I was with another motherfucker who was a pro boxer and shit. Him and that pro boxer was cool. And I remember the nigga was talking about at the time. I think he fought at 130. He was bragging about how he be blowing up to 160. I'm like, nigga, what? He was like, yeah, man, I just be drinking all this soda.
Oh, I remember you said that before.
It's like, hey, what the fuck you bragging? You bragging about that?
Yo, what background? What is that background on your laptop? That fight background? Who's that fighting?
What are you
I
talking
see
about?
on the background on the. Is it a StreamYard background?
Yeah, it's a StreamYard background. So look. That's AI generated.
Oh, where? Who's that banging? Oh, it's AI.
Yeah, that's like some random characters.
Oh, okay, cool.
My dad said he had about 15 traders. That's why he fell off. I just think he wasn't. I don't think he was living the right lifestyle. And plus, I don't know. I don't think he was really trying to fight the best competition either. He was fighting a bunch of fucking turkeys. He said kind of look like Josue Vargas. No disrespect. Y'all motherfuckers, bro.
Who said that?
Out of power. Motherfucker.
Gabriel Bonfim, relax.
Now, I do look like him. I ain't gonna lie. They talking about he gonna fight Bilal. Bilal fuck around, beat that nigga ass.
Bilal Muhammad?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's going. Yo, Bilal Muhammad's going to sleep.
For real?
Yeah,
I don't know. Bilal might smoke him.
Bilal's fucking garbage. Bilal's the worst champion the UFC's ever had, like in history, in my opinion.
That's crazy.
Bro, he didn't even have a title defense. He fucking I mean, neither did Jack, but Jack straight up fought the final boss for his first title defense. So
Who's Jack?
Jack, I don't know how to pronounce his fucking last name. Mata, whatever the fuck. He's Australian dude.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
He could fight. He could fight. He was undefeated in the UFC until he fought Islam.
Yeah, I see that
He
White House card. No, but I was I think I did see the White House card, but I didn't.
very underwhelming.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like I was expecting to see like John Jones on there, John against. I was looking. I wanted to see John Jones and Pierre.
Yeah.
See
Even
that?
though Pereira was gonna get fucking
Choke
violated
out. Yeah, I thought he was gonna get strangled in that joint. I ain't gonna lie.
in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, then I wanted to see. I ain't gonna lie. I wanted to see Connor on that joint. I wanted to see Connor
Connor,
fight
Connor versus who? Versus Chandler? Michael Chandler, bro?
Michael Chandler or somebody. So I wanted to see Conor McGregor. I want to see what he got left.
Man, I don't know, but I think Justin Gaethje's gonna get destroyed, bro.
Who he fighting?
Ilya.
What?
Yeah, that's the main event. No, that's not the main event. I think that's co-main event.
Taporia is gonna smoke Gaethje, bro.
Bro, he's gonna fucking fry him. I'm gonna
Bro,
say,
he gonna put
bro,
that on a highlight reel, bro.
he's put everybody he's fought so far on a highlight reel. His last 3 fights were highlight reel
He
performances.
standing up and banging with niggas too. Like that's why I be making me laugh when motherfuckers be like, "Oh man, like boxers wouldn't survive in MMA." Bro, all these niggas be doing is standing up and be knocking y'all niggas cold out. They don't be doing nothing else. Like this nigga Connor was smoking niggas at 45 and 55, just standing up. Anderson Silva knocking niggas out, just standing up. I'm seeing this. What's that white boy that be having like the colored braids and shit?
Oh, Sean O'Malley.
He be straight. He be starching niggas standing up.
Mm-hmm.
Like all these motherfuckers be having all the success standing up, fighting. But somehow, some way, them like boxers can't survive in MMA.
I think Sean O'Malley is also on that White House card.
Yeah, I think I saw that.
I don't know who he's fighting though.
I didn't know Taporia was fighting Gaethje though.
Bro, I wanted to see that gay nigga fight Islam, bro. Facts.
You talking about that Brazilian boy?
Nah, he's I think he's from Venezuela or from Nicaragua. He's from someone. He's from one of those. He's Hispanic. He's Hispanic. I know that.
He be like wearing dresses and shit. Like he weird.
But he could fight, bro. That nigga's dirty, bro. He beat your boy. He beat your Philly boy. What's his name?
Sean Brady.
Sean Brady. He beat the fuck out of Sean Brady. Bro, bad. Like I wasn't expecting that. He fucked him up.
Sean Brady could rumble too. He not bad.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was like, holy shit. Because that was like my second time seeing dude fight.
Lorenzo said fighting fish. Yeah, that's funny as shit. That is so funny.
Fighting fish. Beta fighting fish.
Oh my god.
He's a beta fish.
Michael Morales, yep.
Yup. He's nasty, bro.
I thought Islam's not fighting on the card, right?
Nah.
Damn. It's probably for political reasons.
All I'm gonna say is this though. When Islam does fight Topuria, if they ever do fight, and people think Topuria is just this striker, bro. You niggas need to realize his first thing he learned was Roman Greco wrestling. You feel me?
Dagestani wrestling different though.
Huh?
That Dagestani wrestling motherfuckers, they different.
Yeah, but Roman Greco's that's elite.
Greco-Roman.
That John.
That's where John Jones came from.
That shit's elite, bro. And he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu as well. So he's very well rounded. And it's not like we've seen him and it's not like we haven't seen him on the ground before. He does very well. But I think he choked out Bryce Mitchell, but Bryce Mitchell is ass now. But he choked him out horribly. I think put him in a arm triangle or some shit.
Peter Yan has hands too. Yeah, I've seen Peter Yan fight.
Yo, Peter Yan, bro. He made Marab scream in pain from that kick. Like he legit started wailing from that kick.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
That was a great fight. That was a fucking amazing fight.
Plane collision in New York City. At least 2 people are dead, and LaGuardia Airport has been shut down after a plane crashed into a fire truck.
The fuck? Oh, it was probably like on wheels still, like not on the.
Why the fuck is a fire truck anywhere near a plane where a plane is landing? The fuck? That's crazy.
I don't know. It just sounds like they're trying to cover up them files, though.
Somebody claimed that no word rhymes with silver.
Silver.
They asked Eminem. Uberfacts on Twitter says there's no word in English that rhymes with silver. And then somebody wrote, Eminem, you have 24 hours. And this nigga just wrote all these words that rhyme with silver.
Who, Eminem?
Yeah.
What are the words?
He wrote a whole bunch of shit, bro.
Cause I dead ass can't think of one right now.
He says silver, pilfer, kilfer, Gilberts, still hurts, steel shirts, Bill Burr, MILF word, no filter,
MILF word,
chill burr, Phil burn, still slur, still stir, will stir.
Yo, that nigga Eminem's a fool.
He wrote heel squirt.
What? Yo, he's sick.
Steven Spielberg, Lil Twerk, Wilshire, Shilper, Killbirds, Milk Curd, Phil
3
Word,
perks.
Phil Nerd, Stains, documentary. I liked your film, sir.
Yo, that nigga just gave him a whole bar.
Yo, this nigga Eminem is hilarious, bro. You can't tell Eminem. You cannot tell Eminem that don't shit rhyme with a word. He gonna find a way, boy. I remember when he did an interview like with this old, like it was like an old news interview, and it was like nothing rhymes with orange. He was like, "What?" The governor was like, "What the fuck you talking about?" Yo, he started coming up with all this shit. Shit was hilarious.
I got a word for Eminem, conquistador.
I'm pretty sure something rhymes with that.
I mean, it was just for Eminem purposes.
Oh, okay.
Eminem, you have 30 minutes to respond.
What is it?
Conquistador.
Conquistador. She's still a whore. Feet on floor.
My granny's poor. He's gonna say some dumb shit. Nigga said rhymes with silver. Nigga wrote he'll squirt. Like what the fuck?
Silver. He'll squirt. I liked your film, sir.
Yo, that nigga's an idiot.
Yo, I remember I was listening to his old freestyles. That nigga used to say anything. That shit was hilarious.
Bro, if you listen to his songs from the early like 2000s, bro, he used to still say anything in his songs.
Yo,
Nigga said in one song, who said a one man and another man can't elope? I'm like, what?
yeah.
I'm like, all right, Eminem, chill the fuck out, bro.
He said, I got a beautiful wife, a kids, and a gorgeous home. What would make me jump in the tub with a cordless phone? Like, what the fuck, bro?
Hey Slim, I just drank a fifth of vodka. You dare me to drive?
That was some wild shit. Eminem got one of my favorite songs of all time, though. It's the
I'm not afraid.
no, not that one. I didn't really
That's
like that song.
bro, I hate that song.
But when it came out, it was a banger though. But
Yeah, in 2010.
that song aged horribly. In my opinion.
That song came out in 2010. I remember that song.
It's my favorite one of my favorite songs of all time is "The Way I Am." You know that, John?
I gotta hear it.
I
won't
am
know.
whatever you say I am. If I wasn't, I would I say I am.
Yep.
He got one of the hardest fucking verses I ever heard on that one joint.
Bro, the one I want to hear is My Salsa. My Salsa Salsa. That song is fire. That's catchy as shit.
From Eminem?
Eminem. Yeah.
I ain't never heard that shit.
He's in a sombrero. He's in a mariachi suit. But he said some crazy shit. I forgot what he said, but he said some wacky shit. I'm like, what?
No, Eminem also got a John. The fuck is it? Mockingbird definitely go hard. Mockingbird go hard.
Daddy's gonna buy you a mockingbird. That song's fire.
Eminem got some bangers, bro. They be trying to play the nigga now because he's older. He's not like like who he used to be.
Man, he's the best white rapper till this day.
Definitely the most iconic for sure. But
The MGK diss track, bro, he killed MGK.
that shit was so corny to me, bro. Not like Eminem, but like that whole back and forth was super weird.
No, but I fuck with Rap Devil though by MGK. That was smooth. It was it wasn't like I wasn't like, oh, Eminem's in trouble, but you know, it was cool. It was a smooth one. It had a cool hook to it. I like the hook. The hook was cool.
I don't like MGK. He's weird. He just
Bro, he turned that. Hey, he has one song. I heard it on the WWE game. That song's kind of smooth. It's like a rock song. It's kind of cool.
Nigga said Paul Wall the best white rapper. That's funny.
Said that, Cash?
Eminem is when Eminem really on his shit.
I knew Cash said it. I knew Cash said it because he said it before.
Eminem really on his shit though. Ain't none of these niggas fucking. Ain't none of the white boys fucking with him, bro.
Man, Riff Raff is that nigga.
That nigga need to stay. He need to keep smoking that crack he on, nigga. Nigga Rick Raff. That nigga look like he done had every drug known to man.
Bro, that nigga became famous on accident, I think, because I've never heard a song where I'm like, yo, that Riff Raff song, bro. Yo, that new riff rap.
Who said that?
Exactly. That's my point.
Yellow
That's why
Wolf. Yellow Wolf could rap, but he not my type rapper though. G Easy, the fuck out of here.
Ice T, bro. Not Ice T. Not Ice T. Fucking
You said
what is
that
his
'cause I'm
name?
drinking one, you fat bitch.
What?
You say Ice T because I'm drinking one, you fat bitch.
I didn't even know what the fuck you were drinking.
Yeah, I know. You be watching like a motherfucker, boy.
But I'm looking everywhere else except my phone.
Belly Gang Kush, the best white rapper. All right, bro. We not about to do this, bro. We not
I was
about to.
looking at this fucking pillow my daughter left here. It's a fucking cookie.
That's funny. That's definitely some kid shit right there, boy.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta get my son. I'm gonna see my son tomorrow, and then he stay with me overnight Tuesday. So that's good. And then he with me this weekend. So it's lit.
Yeah, man. But fuck, yo, real quick. Let's talk about rappers saying crazy ass pause bars.
Man, Biggie got a few of them Jones,
I was
bro.
gonna say let's start with Biggie. You know, nigga
Yeah.
said
Hold on. They say y'all know Eminem used to train at Crunk Gym. Yeah, I did know that. He used to train with Emmanuel Stewart. He said they used to fuck him up in sparring. I believe it.
he boxed a 14-year-old and a 14-year-old beat his ass.
I believe it. That would be the one to whoop you too. You be thinking them little niggas can't whoop you. They can.
And just because they're little niggas, they know that they're going all out.
We've had women beat grown men ass in the gym.
I would never in life pursue boxing if that happened to me.
Like niggas be thinking sparring all sweet, so then they throw you in there with a girl, and the girl proceeds to beat the fuck out you. Yeah, it's not a. Yeah,
If the female proceeds to let off two back to back left hooks and lands them, I'm coming back with my gun.
mm.
I'm coming back with my Clarissa Shields shit with a knife.
That nigga E40. That nigga, I hate how the way he rap. I cannot stand the way he rap. That nigga's
Yo, what was the rapper that had them big ass clock chains? That nigga was so corny.
Flavor Flav.
Him too, but there was another rapper, fat
Oh,
dude.
Flavor Flav was a hype man. He wasn't really a rapper. But
Oh yeah, I be thinking that nigga was a rapper. Yeah, he's a professional hype man. Yo, you
yeah,
remember his show?
yeah. Flavor of Love and shit like that.
He used to come out, oh, flavor, flavor, flavor. He used to come out dancing. I'm like, yo, this old bastard.
Yeah, he used to really think them bitches liked him for him though. That's what used to have me cracking the fuck up.
The same shit with Drewski, bro. I be watching Drewski's Could Have Been Love shit. I'm like, man.
Flavor Flav.
Oh man. I watched
Apparently, they say him and Muhammad Ali nephew is real close. I mean, grandson, Nico Ali Walsh. They said Flavor Flav and Nico Ali Walsh got a good relationship. I forgot
man,
it.
that nigga Nico Ali Walsh need to stop dick riding his granddad, man. Real shit.
What? What?
Bro,
That's
I'm tired of Nico Ali Walsh doing the fucking bullshit ass fucking shuffle and shit. Shit look ugly as fuck. Like, nigga, you are not your granddad, nigga. Fuck you, bro. You're white, number one. Like, nigga, who your daddy is? I bet you his name's Paul, nigga. Fuck you.
yo.
That's real shit, though. Like, bro, I bet you Muhammad Ali used to look at his grandson like this.
That's
Straight up
fucking.
mean mugging and shit.
That's funny as shit.
Hey, bro, I'm tired of Nico Ali. I was so happy he lost to whoever the fuck he lost to.
Now he just be with Bud and all them now.
Yeah, and Bud be bullying the fuck out of him. Thank God, bro. Nigga, he be trying to wrestle with Bud. Bud be trying to not even a little bit. He just be mushing him around like.
That ass.
You know what Justin Gaethje said? If one man could hold you down, I'm not gonna say the last line.
What?
If one man could hold you down, two could Yamin. That's what
Damn.
Justin Gaethje said. That's what Justin Gaethje said.
That's some wild shit for Gaethje to say because niggas done took his back and choked him out several times. So imagine what they
Yo,
do to you. The fuck is you
yo,
talking?
and another dude that grinds my gears is Khabib.
Khabib had that nigga. He was gonna put Gaethje in an arm bar, but he said he felt bad because his family was there, so he just put him in a choke. He just choked him and put him to
Mm-hmm.
sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Khabib was a fucking monster, bro. He's a monster.
Bro, Khabib was a monster when it came to wrestling because that nigga, bro, he did not, bro. He
Oh, he
scared.
needed it. Some niggas couldn't
Yo,
handle
bro, nobody want to see that shit, though.
it, bro. If you, bro, listen, if you had an approach that was unstoppable, would you leave that, John? Like if you're a basketball player and you know that your mid range or your 3-point shot is unguardable, you gonna stop shooting them threes?
No.
All right then. So what the fuck? Like Khabib mastered something that a lot of motherfuckers couldn't get past. So why the fuck would he stop doing that?
Yeah, and this nigga Islam's trying to copy the recipe and that, but Islam does it to a point where it's like, all right, bro, you're dead ass boring.
But Khabib was actually going hand for hand with Conor. He dropped him.
Yeah. No, but Connor got caught by a shot. It wasn't like he was going toe to toe with Connor. He just got clipped.
He
That
standing up
happens.
with him and caught him with an overhand.
But have you seen them clips of him trying to stand and bang, bro? It looks like a
Yeah,
kid
he's
trying to
not.
fight.
Yeah, he's not. He's not good with the hands. We know that.
Bro, I wanted to see him fight like a nigga like Oliveira or somebody, bro.
Khabib dad dying it took his spirit away from fighting. Like he didn't.
Yeah, he's fat and shit. He's fat as fuck now, man. He's like a Prince Nassim Hamed.
Yeah, he's a coach now. Yeah,
Man, I
nigga.
remember. You remember when Islam was fighting Jack, bro? Islam was trying to stand with him, bro. Bro, Jack was fucking him up bad, and these niggas was in the corner panicking bad. Yo, get back to your wrestling. He doesn't like that. Don't stand and bang with him. They was begging that nigga not to stand and bang with him.
Mm.
That nigga kept holding him down. I was pissed. I was pissed watching that fight.
Jay Remy, what up? Who's that? Is your profile picture? Who is that, Jay?
Netanyahu.
This fucking guy.
Yo. I
out of
was
out of power said, man, if I'm Chavez Senior or Ali, I'll be pissed at all my family that wanted to be boxers.
dead ass, except Layla though.
Yeah, Layla did all right.
But man, if I was Chavez Senior, I'll be like, and I seen Chavez Junior, I'll be like, damn. I know I was shit, but you
No, Chavez Senior wasn't shit, bro.
to me,
Shit, he wasn't shit.
bro. The majority of his fight, like, bro, like for me, his biggest fights, I feel like he lost them. They were all mostly controversial.
Mm. He said, "Yo, this nigga named Josue Vargas. Yeah, he be wildin'."
Who said that?
Jay Remy. He named himself after a nigga who liked to put things in his booty.
Nah, I named myself after a Puerto Rican legend. You know what I'm saying?
He said, "Marcus, one of Napoleon's lieutenants." What inspired you to make that your profile picture, though? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
This nigga must be real deep into history for him to know all that shit.
Oh, right.
And why would you put his subordinate? Why wouldn't you put Napoleon himself? It was because he's too short to fit in the frame. Because in real life, I said Napoleon Dynamite. Napoleon Bonaparte was really short. I think he was like 5'1".
A legendary fish. What is going on?
I already know who said that shit.
he had the money though to get his son through college. Chavez Jr. could have went to college, whatever college, and Durham daddy would have paid for it all. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. It just seemed like Chavez Jr. Like he's just that motherfucker just seemed like a lost soul to me.
Man, the greatest Mexican fighter of all time will forever be Salvador Sanchez.
I thought you was gonna say something stupid. Yeah.
What do you thought I was gonna say? Canelo?
You was probably gonna say some wild shit. You probably was gonna say some shit like fucking Luis Neri or some shit. I don't know. You be saying dumb shit like that. The greatest Mexican fighter of all time is Oscar Valdez.
Nah, the greatest Mexican boxer of all time is
Here you go.
Cotto.
Yep, good job.
He said, "Good job." All right.
Good job. Feel good about yourself now?
Nah, but Salvador Sanchez for sure.
Yeah, it sucked that he passed away so early.
Way too early. He was the age of Xander right now, 23.
Yep.
And it's crazy because 23 back then looked like 56.
Because they was fighting so often.
Nigga, it wasn't even the fights, bro. I'm looking at pictures of my granddad and I'm like, nigga.
Fights, right?
Bro, I seen a pic.
Salvador had, I don't know how many rumbles before he passed. He already had like 40-something fights.
Yeah, he had 44. I think he was 44-1.
Yeah, 44-1-1.
Who the fuck did he lose to?
He lost. I think he lost early in his career. He lost to some nigga named Antonio Becerra, some shit like that.
Oh, that's Lorenzo's uncle.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Salvador Sanchez knocked out Tito Trinidad Sr.
I did see that on his box rack.
Yep, that was Tito Trinidad's father. Niggas don't even know Tito Trinidad's father was a boxer.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't do well, but he was a hell of a trainer, obviously.
Man, he did better than John Fury.
Shit, a lot of people did. Nigga, we did better than John Fury. Yo. He fought Danny Lopez. He definitely fought Danny Lopez. Twice.
Man, I'll fight a prime butterbean right now.
That nigga would knock his shit clean off.
Nigga, I'm too elusive for that nigga, bro. I move, bro. I'm not gonna sit there and stay stationary for him, bro.
Bro, this nigga got a hella. Salvador Sanchez got a nasty resume. Azuma Nelson, fucking Wilfredo Gomez, the greatest 122-pounder of all time. Juan Laporte, Danny Lopez, Ruben Castillo.
That's what I'm saying. His resume was fucking elite.
And I think he died like in a car accident or some shit, right?
Yeah.
It looked like he was just getting started, to be honest, bro. It looked like he was just starting to get the ball rolling, and sad, bro.
Even Gomez went to go visit his grave and shit.
Gomez is still doing very well, from what I heard.
Yeah, he just talks all fucked up.
You know why though, right?
Because he got punched right in his fucking throat.
Yeah, bro.
Wasn't it Zuma Nelson?
Somebody did it. I forgot who it was.
Somebody did that shit to him.
It was Zuma, though. I think he had actually won that fight. Whoever did that to him, he won the fight. That's crazy.
I think your dad said it one time. I'm pretty sure he said it Zuma Nelson though. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong.
Man, that nigga Wilfredo Gomez had 44 wins and knocked out 42 of them niggas, bro.
But your dad said he had like torn his voice box or some fuck shit happened to his shit.
Cords. Yeah.
Like, bro, you know how fucking hard you gotta get in your fucking throat? Bro, but he took a flush ass uppercut right to his throat, though. That's the thing. Pause. 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 Because that sounded walky as shit. Josue Hernandez said Canelo versus Andrade in 2019. Who wins? Well, in 2019, that nigga Canelo was on a run too, though.
Andre was so tricky, bro. He was fast. He had sneaky power, good combinations.
I still feel like Canelo would have stopped him.
I don't think he would have stopped Andre, bro. Andre was. I think Canelo didn't fight him for a reason, man. Mark, do you see anyone beating Shakur? If so, which fighters? I don't think anybody beat Shakur around his division. 35 or 40.
Tank.
No.
You don't think Tank could beat Shakur?
No, bro.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
He has the potential, but
If that fight gets made, I got 100 on it.
okay. You think Shakur?
I don't think Tank stop. I don't think Tank will stop him. No.
You think he gonna beat Shakur on the cards?
Yeah.
Out your rabbit ass mind.
Bro, Tank can box too, bro. You act like Tank can't box.
He can't.
Maybe it might not be on some shit, but maybe you never know. He could neutralize his jet. He could neutralize shit that Shakur doing. You never know. It's boxing. Shit could happen. I feel like if anybody at 135 got the best chance of beating Shakur, it's Tank. Facts. Abdullah Mason, not yet.
Well, he got
Way too early.
see that. J.
I
Cash said Turkey injured Max Kellerman vocal cords. That's crazy. I know about Ricardo. You talking about El Finito. You talking about Ricardo Lopez. Yeah, we know about Ricardo Lopez.
Mr. 51-0. Fuck Floyd.
So Sway said, gang, you smoking if you think Tank beats Core on the scorecards. So try to tell him.
I am smoking.
Ah, you one of them.
But it's not weed though.
This man once told me don't.
Man, I'm about to get up out of here, man. You got any last words for the people?
Yeah, Boots 9th round TKO.
Ooh, against Xander Zayas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's gonna be a blonde patch of hair in the second row. I tell you.
Oh, shit. But thank you, Slime, for coming through, man. I'm gonna go ahead and catch up on some rest because I got work tomorrow. See what I'm saying? Shout out to the nation. Shout out to the mob, man. I appreciate you guys for stopping through on the late live. Hope you guys appreciated the content as well. Until then, I hope you guys have a blessed, beautiful one. I'll be going live tomorrow at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to continue cooking up on what's going on in the boxing world. I hope you guys have a blessed, beautiful one. I'm up out of here, man. Peace.